Okay, Dragon Ball Super, we need to talk. I'm pretty annoyed. Hey guys, MasterCoX here. Now before I begin and we can actually get into the meat of this video, I have to warn you guys that I need to get something off my chest in terms of spoilers. If you want to avoid spoilers right now, at least here, then be warned, this might not be the video for you. Luckily though, earlier today, I published a discussion video about the evolution of Piccolo and his birthday tomorrow on May the 9th. So go chill out as I discuss Piccolo's evolution in a much more relaxed manner, spoiler free. Now last warning, spoilers incoming. Ready? Right, prepare yourself, I did warn you. So first off, this very source comes from Herms over on Twitter, who is a translator both there and on Kanzenshuu, who is an absolute paragon of the Dragon Ball community. He has done so much for us in terms of translation, and today is no exception. This translation from a Japanese TV guide illustrates the next 4 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, but one episode description though, episode 93, is much more telling than the other 3. You're the 10th warrior, Goku visits Frieza. After seeing with his own eyes that Buu won't awaken no matter what, Goku suggests recruiting Frieza as the 10th member. While everyone objects, Goku hurries to ask fortune teller Baba to resurrect Frieza from hell for just 24 hours. So okay, we just got 2 punches to the logic board that is our minds right there. No, okay, basically 3. First off, Goku has actually gone over the decision of all his other members of the team, not being a true team player, and deciding to go ahead with his own idea anyway. Second, the fact that Majin Buu fell asleep again, implying that there's no hope for Majin Buu to wake up because he's out for the count for 2 months apparently. And thirdly, Frieza may make a return again. Yeah. Masako, wait, you said may. Why'd you say may? Everyone else has been saying that Frieza will make a return in Dragon Ball Super. Well, we don't know that entirely. Sure, we may have an indication that Frieza's going to be taking Majin Buu's place on the Universe 17 for the Tournament of Power, but that might not necessarily mean that he will take Majin Buu's place. This could be just a one-time gag episode. Super's been all about that lately. Don't forget the Dr. Slump episode. I would like to think that Toyotaro and Toriyama enjoy a little bit of trolling with the fans every now and again just to keep us on our toes, keeping us guessing. But then that whole harmless fun thing's been mired by the fact that Toei likes the idea of more money. And the last property that Frieza was in, Resurrection F, made a lot of money. In fact, that movie's total worldwide takings in the box office totaled $61 million compared to Dragon Ball Evolution's $57 million. Well, it's not that close, Masako. $4 million, that's nothing, so why are you bringing that up? Oh yeah? Well, let me tell you something, chum. Old Freezy Pop's movie was screened in far fewer screens than Evolution's, almost a third of Evolution's screens. 913 versus 2,181. When you take that into account, Resurrection F had a categorical victory. That was completely, no doubt, a victory if ever I seen one. Needless to say, the power of Frieza is very easy to see both in martial arts and in the box office. Toei would understandably want to exploit the Frieza dollar even more, and drum up even more hype for the Tournament of Power, which has been very popular with the fans lately. Yeah, let's drum up a little bit more excitement, yeah? But honestly, from what I've seen judging from the reactions of fans, at best, it's been a mixed bag. At worst, this has created a massive backlash from the fans who are kind of weary of seeing the same villain come back over and over and over again. I mean, come on, there are other characters to choose from. But hold up, remember, this might be a trick or a failed invitation. We have to note that Goku's methods of persuasions have been pretty lacking throughout the entire universe survival arc. Him asking his friends alone to just join the team fails to drum up any inspiration, even from his closest of allies. No, something had to get in the way to force his friends to join him, make them see more clearly, or they just simply relented and gave up. From that, you can really say that Goku's not exactly the most compelling of team captains now, is he? Who's to say that Frieza won't tell Goku simply just to jog on and that he never wants to see that dumb monkey ever again? So for all we know, this might be the case and Goku just has to go and find somebody else in hell. Or they can stick Majin Buu in the Room of Spirit and Time until he wakes up. They'd only need to wait 4 hours for 2 months to pass inside the room, and then Buu would wake up fighting fit. Vegeta is back in there training for the Tournament of Power, so it's not like they've forgotten about it or anything. Buu could just be snoozing in the corner and Vegeta's just doing his thing. They won't mind each other's company. As soon as I heard this rumor, my first reaction was extreme disappointment. But then a moment of clarity. We should have known. The clues about this rumor have been with us since the arc began. Look at the opening and endings for the Universe Survival arc. Throughout the opening, we do see Boo in there, but is he doing anything resembling fighting or at least getting pumped for the action that lies ahead? No, he's either standing in a group photo with a Dragon Ball, walking around a bit, and then posing for the group photo again right at the end of the opening. Everyone else is either shown training, attacking, or looking badass towards the camera. Not Boo though. From that, you can infer that Boo's impact on the arc was going to be minimal at best, judging in comparison to the other characters that are in the Universe 7 team. It just gets even more obvious when you throw Boogie back, the arc's ending theme, into the mix. Boo appears once, sleeping on a cloud. Everyone else is using either their signature attacks or showing some signs of attacking or motion. Not Boo though, again. At first you might think this is just part of Boo's character. He's always been known for eating and sleeping. It's fine, it's just who he is. It's nothing to worry about, Masako, but I don't think so. Toyotaro compounds my notion in an interview he did for Wired Italia. Right at the end of it, he throws this really compelling tidbit. I can only say this. Do not think you already know the definitive teams for the upcoming Tournament of Power, even if they have been revealed. Now that quote doesn't necessarily mean that it's just our team that might be changing their lineup. Lots of other teams might be changing too, just to spice things up a little bit. But at the same time, it could mean just our team exclusively. But I feel that there'll at least be another universe's squad that will be changed by the hands of Toyotaro. Now let's investigate Hearn's translation a little more. In that translation, it says that Goku plans to ask fortune teller Baba to resurrect somebody for 24 hours. This has happened before in Dragon Ball, both with Grandpa Gohan and Goku in the Buu saga, so this little MacGuffin is nothing new. In theory, so long as you still have your body both in the other world and in Hell, then Goku could resurrect you for 24 hours to join the Tournament of Power team. So let's say Frieza rejected Goku's invitation. Who else could be up for the 10th spot? Perfect Cell? Any member of the Ginyu Force? Pikkon? Any member who fought in the Otherworld tournament that actually was relatively strong in comparison to Goku? Anyone could be brought back to life if Frieza tells Goku where to go. Alright Masako, well what do you think? Do you want to see Frieza back in the Tournament of Power? Well honestly, no. I do like Frieza as a villain. Growing up watching Dragon Ball Z as a teenager, Frieza was the first villain in that show to truly leave an impact on my viewing experience. To see him return in Fusion Reborn, my favourite DBZ movie, was hilarious and epic. Even his little outing in GT was amusing. Resurrection F was a blast despite the film being mostly okay. It was still a lot of fun and it looked spectacular and performed spectacularly in the box office like I mentioned earlier. However, I feel like Frieza's time in Dragon Ball Super has passed and Toei really needs to get a grip on the Frieza hype train right about now. Also, we were pretty collectively burnt at the really lackluster and dreary Resurrection F arc. Like I said before, if you want to get into Dragon Ball Super and you haven't started yet, then just go watch the movies Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, and then jump into the series at episode 27. But what I enjoyed about Frieza the most was the experience that I had with the character during Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Little Karibo's interpretation of Frieza was absolutely spectacular, and I enjoyed fighting off against him as Goku in that arc. It was a true pleasure. It was genuinely one of the most enjoyable and fulfilling experiences that I've had while being on the parody series. LK is truly an awesome guy and a wonderful Frieza. It was a real honor to work with him. But at the same time, it has to be said, Chris Ayres' interpretation of Frieza is wonderful as well. If this whole Frieza dealie turns out to be a long-haul development, then to hear Chris Ayres perform the character even more, then yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, okay, let's head towards the conclusion here. With spoilers and rumours like these, we have to tread carefully when it comes to dealing with our own opinions on what's about to come. Of course, these scans are a lot more concrete than the rumours that we got a couple of days ago. We have photographic evidence now, and we can safely say that there is a strong possibility that Majin Buu might not be making an appearance in the Tournament of Power, despite being in the exhibition match. He has slept before in the Universe 6 arc, so this is something that has precedence, so it could happen again. Who knows, this might prove to be a complete bait and switch again. Yeah, Frieza might be about to be invited, but then it turns out that Buu woke up after all, so he gets to be in the Tournament of Power team anyway, so all is well, nothing to worry about here. That could happen. These shenanigans could be just to get the audience guessing and getting them into a tizzy and winding them up a bit before they can then calm down and get back to reality. That's an interesting proposition, but also quite irresponsible on Toei's part. To be that flippant and frivolous with your audience is not something to be proud of. It gives off an air of contempt and disdain for the audience that provides you your profits. You know, the same viewing public that have been following your show religiously for the better part of 20 years, maybe even 30, and in some cases paying through the nose their own hard-earned money to show their loyalty and passion for your product. To be so callous and thoughtless and reckless with your own legendary property is really horrifying. Who's to say that a lot of fans will stop watching Super if this arc turns out to go down the toilet in terms of an ending? Just like another arc which started off strong and then petered out towards the ending. Oh, future Trunks, what did they do to you? Wait. If Toei is so uninspired all the time, then why didn't they bring back future Trunks to join the Tournament of Power team instead? We could have brought him back. We could have had somebody in there that might have been slightly more popular than bringing Frieza back for the nth time. Ugh. Who am I kidding? Toei's got a crush on Frieza right now. In the end, take these descriptions with a pinch of salt. Or should I say a punch of salt. And remember, we've still got 3 episodes before this episode goes on the air. Before then, we get to see Gohan fighting at his prime, as well as the other members of the Universe 7 team duking it out while they're training for the tournament. That is going to be fun to see. So let's just settle down and just relax and watch those episodes, because I think they're going to be really good. Let's enjoy those before we jump up and down in contempt towards Dragon Ball Super. I may be annoyed, sure, just like you might be, but I'm not going to let this little tidbit ruin my enjoyment for the series, or affect my content in any way, I can assure you. So what do you guys think? What do you think will happen? Do you like what's been happening so far? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later!